South America, the fourth of our four subregions in Latin America. South America as a continent is about 75% urban. Remember, in the beginning, I told you geography is about the where and the why. Where is something and why is it there? Oftentimes, there are patterns to where something is and why it is where it is. In terms of urbanization in South America, that is absolutely the case. Take a look at this map. 4 of the 13 countries in South America are over 75% urban. 7 are under 75% urban, and 2 are just about at 75% urban. Can you guess who is which or which is who? Take a look at that map. The most urban, they're all over 75%, are Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, and Venezuela. There they are. Are those the countries you would have guessed? What is the commonality? They are the most European culturally on the continent. So what does that mean? Chile, Argentina, Uruguay are composed of people who are ethnically Spanish, Italian, German, Irish, East European, like Ukrainian or Polish or Slovak. This shows up in a number of ways. One of the ways is it shows up in the way they speak Spanish. For example, especially in Argentina and Uruguay, rather than saying pollo for chicken, they say pollo. Rather than saying calle for street, they say calle. Rather than saying yo for I, they say yo. So there's a heavy European influence, and the majority of people in all 3 of those countries are of European ancestry. Venezuela, on the other hand, is a little bit odd because it's more than 90% urban. It may very well be the most urban country on the continent, but it has one of the most mixed populations in Latin America. Most people in Venezuela are a mix of European, indigenous, and African, but it leans heavily in the European direction culturally. The least urban, these are all under 75%, are the following: Paraguay, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. There they are. What is their commonality? Well, is that they are the most indigenous and African influenced countries on the continent. Why? Well, historically, those populations, the indigenous and African populations, were less incorporated into the national economies. This certainly has at least part to do with a soft racism that exists, as I've mentioned now multiple times, in Latin America. This even exists in places where non-Europeanized people are the majority, like in most of those countries I just mentioned. What about Brazil and Colombia? These are the 2 largest countries in population on the continent. Well, those 2 countries are pretty much right on the button at 75% urban.